Hi, welcome back and welcome to another writing vlog. Today the focus is going to be doing some more outlining for Between the Waves, my pirate adventure, which, you know what's exciting? These are exciting. I'm gonna try that thing that I've seen people do where they take their scenes and they put them on the wall because, I mean, as you guys know here, let me show you. So, I finished Act 3. I finished outlining Act 3 for Between the Waves. I've got it all figured out as far as I know. But so far I've been doing it like this, and I'll keep these on the wall so that I can like read this as I go and like take a peek and make sure I'm understanding what's happening. But the only thing is that this is written very small and my handwriting is terrible. So it's really hard to just use this on the wall. So we're gonna use big sticky notes and I'm very excited. I want to get a few scenes done. So this is kind of just a general writing vlog, I guess, because I'll also be editing Blood of Amberum a little bit. So it's basically just come along with me while I edit and write and plan and learn and do all of the aspiring author things. You know what else is exciting? Something got delivered and I'm gonna go grab it because I'm really excited about it. I'm very excited. I should have ordered it early so that it arrived by the end of Nano, but I didn't because I wasn't sure if I was gonna win, because you never know, anything can happen. Okay, let's put it on. Yay! I obviously got a big one because I just like oversized t-shirts, but I'm so excited! NaNoWriMo 2021 winner. I'll be honest, part of the reason that I wanted to collect it is because I feel like it's also kind of cool to be like, yeah, I did NaNoWriMo for the first time during a pandemic.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello.
All I can hear is the helicopter. Is it close or something? Does that seem loud? No, it's at the normal distance. I live by the ocean and the mountains, so there are a lot of helicopters. But I feel like lately they've been so loud, and I'm trying to decide if, like, do we think that I'm developing supernatural hearing? Because I mean, if I am, it's about time. I've been waiting my whole life for this moment, but also developing it in a city is extraordinarily frustrating. Anyways, that's my minor rant about how loud the city has been lately. The cabin in the mountains is looking better and better every day. Anyways, it's Thursday night. As I mentioned in a previous video, I have booked off Fridays. Technically, I still work on Fridays. I still have work to do, but I book it off from classes because that gives me the freedom to kind of choose where I do my work. For example, if I want to go and work in a cafe or something, if I want to change up how I'm working, I want to lay in bed and work, I want to lay on the couch and work, I can do that because I feel like I'm far away. Am I far away? My brain is shot from this week. I don't know what happened. Anyways, I book off classes on Fridays. I still technically work, but it's stuff that I don't have to be like on all the time for. And I also don't have to have like a professional setup with my webcam and a nice background. I can just work wherever I'm comfortable. It's Thursday afternoon. I'm gonna start doing the Between the Waves planning. I want to spend some time tonight kind of getting that outline solidified. There are a few things that I'm not quite sure of that I kind of want to work through. I also want to get everything up and visible and easy to look at when I'm writing. So that's where these come in. That's what we're going to start doing tonight while we kind of clean up from a very busy week. So yeah, yes, I am still wearing my Nano shirt. It's a different day. I'm just still wearing the shirt. I don't know about you guys, but when I get new clothing, I will wear it for like a week straight, the week that I get it, because I'm just so excited about it. All right, let's do some plotting. I've been doing a lot of plot research and kind of like story structure research and learning. And something that I'll get into in a later video, I think, is that the way that Victoria Aveyard does a lot of plot structure has kind of like brought forth some old memories that I had. She got her degree in screenwriting, and I went to this is like, it sounds like I'm comparing them, and there is no comparison really, but I went to film school for a year where I did screenwriting. I like the way that she talks about it, and it kind of reminded me of some projects that I did when I was at school for film and I was doing screenwriting. So I brought up those old projects, and like I had old notes and stuff, and it's wild the stuff that you can find in like your Google Drive and stuff. But basically she was talking about that, and it reminded me of my class, and I went back to kind of try and look at it and look at those old projects, and I started to like analyze them on a much more detailed level than I normally do. And I began to realize that those stories and the outlines that I created and the ideas that I had fit that structure and followed that structure and made more sense to me. And the whole 3-act 8 sequence structure that she talks about from screenwriting is something that I like briefly saw in school basically. But something that I haven't really seen in the like fiction writing world. Like even when I've taken creative writing classes and stuff, I haven't ever seen it broken down that way. So I decided to start going through, Between the Waves is what I'm currently doing some writing on. And I decided to go through and kind of break it down. I've realized that I think I'm doing too much. I think I'm trying to do too much in the first book, especially because Victoria talks a lot about how just like acts have to get more and more interesting as you go, and they have to build onto each other, as do books in a series. So I already have many ideas and every intention of making Between the Waves a series. And I'm realizing that I'm trying to shove things into this story that shouldn't actually exist until, honestly, probably the 3rd book. Like this level of what's going on is 3rd book level. So I've realized that I need to like tone it back a notch, find something else that needs to be fixed in this world that needs to be a conflict and the main conflict. I think I need to completely overhaul like the second half of this book in order to make that happen. Luckily, I think that I can keep a lot of the things that I added to Act 1 and the first half of Act 2, because they're still setting up for things that are going to happen eventually, just not necessarily in this book. So I don't think I have to change too much. However, we've got an overhaul on the way. So that is what we're doing now. Okay. Okay, so here's what happened. So as we all know, I was really just full steam ahead for all of November because I was participating in NaNoWriMo. I have come to realize as the days have gone on that the whole forcing out word count thing maybe wasn't the best idea. And I've heard that from a lot of other friends who also participated as well, that it was kind of just the wrong kind of pressure that they felt like they needed for writing a book. But we won't get into that. But basically, I wrote 65,000 words of Between the Waves, and I am about to scrap probably about 50,000. So technically they won't fully be scrapped. They will be, it's just that they will be used in later books. I have every intention of making this a series, at least a trilogy. I already have the ideas for a trilogy, and I was going over my outlining because, as you know, I've been trying to do some re-outlining for Between the Waves just to get myself sorted because I was getting kind of stuck around the midpoint. So I was desperately trying to do some restructuring. And the more I did and the more I looked into my story and the more I actually gave myself the time to really look at the story, where it was going, what has happened already, and where I intended to go with it, the more I realized that I was on the wrong track. The ending that I had planned for the first Between the Waves book this isn't a first book ending. It's not a first book ending. I actually think it's a 3rd book ending. So I also want to stress that this is not a bad thing. This is actually a really, really good thing because the right story is in my head and I just need to figure out how to write it. And if I had kept trying to force out the story with the 65,000 words that I already wrote, it would have ended up being the wrong story and it wouldn't have worked. So this is a good thing. It also happened because I have been doing a lot of learning lately, a lot of learning about structuring. I've been watching Brandon Sanderson's lecture series, as I mentioned. I've been doing some online courses. I've been doing research on different authors and their methods and their advice, and listening to podcasts with authors and interviews with them. Some authors that I really, really look up to and that are writing in the genre and style that I'm going to be writing in. And I came to the conclusion that this story is not in line with the book that it is in. This is not the end of the first book. The end of the first book is different. The good news is that the characters and, you know, the world all stay the same. So if anything, it's great because I have had, you know, 65,000 words to learn about these characters and to learn about the world. And now when I go and kind of overhaul this entire manuscript, I already have that knowledge, which is fantastic. Plus I have extra knowledge that has given me so much more insight on how to actually structure this book, and is the reason that I am restructuring everything, moving pretty much most of Act 2 and Act 3 in to be part of a book later on in the series. So yeah, this is you can't really see it, but it's a whole mess going on here. It's a lot. But it's more important for me to tell the right story and to tell the true story rather than trying to force out this story just because that's what I have the plot saying. Because if the plot's not right in the first place, then there's no reason forcing out the rest of the words. So yeah, I'm leaving you off on that. We've begun edits on Blood of Amberum. At least that plot isn't changing too much. If anything, I'm just adding to it. So yeah, we're still doing edits on Blood of Amberum. However, we are completely overhauling Between the Waves. Will this delay the beta reading? Probably. I'm gonna say yeah, because I now have to basically rewrite the whole book. I can use some of what I have, but not a lot. So the beta reading for Between the Waves will be shifted back, I'm gonna say by at least a month. So we're looking more at end of January, beginning of February now for that. I'm still going to send out the beta reading form in December because you can choose which book you want to beta read, or you can choose both, and I'll get more information from you that way. But actually beta reading this one will be delayed because the book will be delayed. That's where we're at. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. It was all over the place, but so is my writing. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to smile, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.